So after getting back from the range, what did we find? We're going to start with the big white one here. Essentially found this purse was pretty useless. And there was a couple major problems with it that I found. One, no shoulder strap. You had to throw the purse away, essentially to get your draw stroke down. Rigidity played a big factor in this. The clasping mechanism was inside. It's got open holes, so unless you had a holster with retention, it was pretty substantial. If the purse tilted, the gun could fall out. The bad part about that was, anytime we tried to mount a holster with even any type of retention in this, the inside is so flimsy, you would essentially pull a holster out. We tried cable ties, we tried paddles clipped over it, we tried safety pins on leather holsters, we tried a multitude of different things. To get this purse to work, we ended up using one of these soft-sided holsters with not much retention with a substantial clip on the back side of it. In the big pocket on the outside, which is the only pocket that was rigid, and essentially open carrying with this purse. I did not find this purse was usable whatsoever for purse carry or off-body carry, whichever you so choose. Any thoughts?
I kind of came to this same conclusion after trying to do the draw and even just trying to secure anything in there with that would hold anything. That purse just did not work.
Yeah, I agree with that. I even tried with a revolver and a cloth holster in this one side pocket, and I came to the conclusion that before I even tried to draw it, that it wasn't going to work. And I have to agree, that purse is just something you do not want to carry if you're going to try to draw a weapon out of it.
Just a strap purse, doesn't have anything to go over your shoulder. We're going to try and do a draw stroke from this, but there's nothing substantial enough in this purse to actually hook a holster to. It's just got a strap. As you can see, there's a revolver safety pin inside of there and a soft-sided leather holster. But watch what happens when we try and draw this, okay? We pull the whole holster and everything out of the purse. The holster's got a belt clip inside the waistband. There isn't anything substantial enough inside of this purse to hold a holster down so that you can access your firearm without having a holster attached to it. And this holster just slips off. There's no resistance really to it whatsoever. So, you know, that's something that you want to consider, being these soft-sided purses with just a fabric inside liner. There's nothing here that's substantial enough inside of the purse to hold your firearm secure. Purse here, snapped enclosure. We've switched the holster up. The last one was a serious fail. We couldn't even get the gun out of the holster. Once again, here's what we got going on. We got a different style holster. We have clipped it to the center divider. Remember I said this is 5 pockets. There's 3 pockets in the inside. This is very flimsy, but this might work. The major problem we're having here is as soon as you let go of that and juggle it around a little bit, you don't know which way that firearm's pointed. So that's going to be a problem when you go to draw. We're going to see if we can get the draw accomplished with this. And I think that's what it's going to take, being if you're right-handed, you're going to want to be carrying your purse in your left hand so that you can access your firearm. Conversely, if you're left-handed, you'll be carrying your purse in your right hand. But to get this accomplished, what we're going to have to do is get the enclosure open. You see, that takes pretty much both hands for me to do that. You know, I can drop one side and pull it open, access my firearm, and then grab onto the purse, come out, and then drop my purse so that I can establish my grip, and then engage my threat. Come back, take a look around, make sure there's nobody else trying to do me harm. White strapless purse here. I guess it's got straps, but nothing goes over your shoulder. Live fire. We're going to try and get this accomplished. It's probably going to be pretty bad, but we're going to try it. You ready?
Nice white one that we had some pretty bad fails with. This time we're going to try it with something a little more substantial. We got a M&P 9mm compact in here on a Phobos paddle holster. Wasn't able to actually secure anything soft-sided substantially in there with any kind of pins or anything, so we had to go with something a little heavier on the holster. Let's try it dry once, and we'll kind of go with the draw stroke. You got to reach over, get a hold of the purse, pull the gun off the holster, careful not to creep yourself, drop the purse, come up, and engage the threat. Take a look around, make sure there's no other threats in the area. With this 9mm M&P subcompact, we're going to try it live.
Let's see if we can actually make these purses work for carry. What I've done with this white purse, because the inside is so flimsy, is I've actually clipped the LCP holster on the back side of it. Now, this is going to be pretty much an open carry situation. You're going to be able to hide it a little bit. You're going to want to keep mindful eye on this, you know, with people trying to pickpocket you. But really the only way I can make this one work successfully is like this. And what we need to do basically is, you know, since I'm shooting right-handed, we're going to keep our purse in our left hand, and we're going to establish a grip, and we're going to punch the purse away, and then we can establish our sight picture against our threat. Okay? And we're going to run through this live and see how it actually works. Ears?
Okay, got number 2 here. After the range, this one, you know, before the range, I thought this was probably going to maybe be the best one. After the range, it's kind of been downgraded. Still did. It's not very rigid inside. I mean, the body of it is kind of rigid, but internally, it's not very rigid. Had varying levels of success with trying to mount anything in it. None of the heavier plastic paddle type holsters, none of them seemed to really work. You just couldn't get them secure. They tended to just kind of slump down at the bottom. They had a tough time getting a good grip on the firearm and just keeping it secure. Had a little bit of luck with kind of with the same with that, with some of the soft-sided holsters, being able to secure them in there. Just some sort of way to keep them in there so that they couldn't flip around. Didn't have very much retention. The clasp, it held okay, but the strap, which I like the strap on it, I think it had the best security as far as keeping this on you, because you could kind of put it over your head. But the strap is actually attached to the lid. Trying to draw it tended to want to do kind of funny things, and you were still, with you moving around, you were pulling on the strap, and it just kind of, it was definitely better than this one, but I don't, not really kind of the best option as far as I can see for carrying anything in it.
I have to agree with that. I had trouble with it flipping around when I was trying to draw the gun. And the strap was always choking me, and I was always going, trying to get it from around my actual neck so it wasn't choking me while I'm trying to draw the weapon, and it just didn't work for me at all.
same conclusion. I thought this was going to be the middle of the road purse. I think we probably come to that conclusion. It was the middle of the road. It could be used. It's not ideal. One thing that I want to point out with a purse like this with a small lid is generally when you're mounting a holster, there's some kind of buckle or belt clip or something like that on these holsters that you're going to try and secure to a divider or pocket in the purse. One thing that I did notice is anytime you went to secure this to the purse, the height from the top of the purse to the bottom of the lid made a world of difference. And any type of retention on your holsters where your handgun's going to click in essentially resulted in you pulling the holster and everything out of the purse, and then you had to, get rid of the holster before you could engage the target. The strap held the lid open constantly; it didn't want to stay shut, and then the weight of the handgun would want to bend over the inside flat because there's no rigidity there. We did find that about the biggest firearm that we could successfully mount, draw, and carry out of this particular purse was a little 5-shot revolver here. The LCP worked pretty well. The PK380 mixed reviews, our Taurus PT111, the M&P Compact, and the Ruger SR9C. Complete failures on that one. So just keep that in mind, that the firearm size and how the holster's mounted, how far down in, you're either going to want a taller lid or you're going to want a holster with some kind of drop on it to get it down in there.
Shoulder purse, a real quality, high fashionable one. Now inside we have a center divider, a DeSantis holster with a Taurus 38 special revolver, 5-shot. And we're going to try to perform some drills with this. We're going to try it without the gun loaded first. This is tough because you almost got to let go of it first. Okay, here we go. Let go of the purse completely. And then reholster. Find out if we can draw the thing without trying to shoot ourselves, but not live fire. You have to draw the pistol. You almost have to let go of the whole thing before you pull off, and then engage. Just let go of the whole purse before you try to do anything with it.
Just over the shoulder purse. Inside, what we got, we have a Tagua clip-on inside the waistband holster, clipped to one of the pockets. It's halfway decently attached. It is pretty flimsy inside. We got a Taurus 9mm. We're going to run through this dry. Kind of been standing off to the side trying to figure out the best way to draw from this purse. And one of the major malfunctions of this thing is the straps are actually attached to the lid. So anytime you have any weight, it wants to hold the lid open. Now, that's good and it's bad. As soon as you release the clasping device, the lid opens and stays open about halfway. It's bad because it's going to open all the time and you'll be able to see that you're carrying your firearm in your purse. And if I can get it closed. Now, a couple ways I decided to try to do this. First way was strong side, which is normally where I carry my holster. Now, to accomplish this, you're going to have to come over and grab onto the purse right here and open it, okay? Now, with my big hands, my thumb keeps it from opening fully. Once you get a good firm grip on it, you can reach inside, get a firm grip on your firearm, and then pull it out. As you can see, my hand is way too big to be in this purse with the firearm. So that's the first way that I thought about doing this. The second way would be more like an appendix carry, where the purse is generally on your front. And all I really have to do is come through, open the purse, and then I can take my hand and put it against my belly, hold the flap open, access my firearm, okay, and then push, holding the purse down. It's way easier to draw. That puts me in the proper position to establish my grip and drive forward and engage my threat wherever it may be. Do this live. I'm going to start off with the strong side carry, engage 2 targets, and then I'm going to reholster, switch it to the appendix style, engage 2 targets, and see which works best for me. So, we get our purse open, establish our grip, draw, reholster. The clasping device on this is one of the major downfalls. Any movement and it opens up. So now we're going to try this from the appendix style. Here. Some women carry a lot of these, but some women don't. A little different gun. This time we have a 380 LCP Ruger in a cloth holster. We're going to try to do a little dry fire run on it, see what we do with that. Still have to pull the top of the purse open and hold it to get the weapon out. Kind of a little bit difficult. Still pretty soft inside for trying to draw a pistol out of this purse. This is a live fire run with this same fashionable purse we got with the LCP 380, and we'll see how that goes.
This little black bag was actually the surprise of the whole experiment we did with drawing from the purse. It actually turned out really well. We had good retention on the holsters, whatever holster we used, because of the rigid inside, or more rigid inside, I'm going to say. And there was enough depth in here to, either use a revolver similar to this one, or the Taurus. The LCP worked especially well in this gun, in this purse being a smaller gun, and I think probably an LC9 or something like that would also work in this gun. It still does have some problems with the pockets and stuff like that. It seems like there's a lot of stuff in there going on, but as far as pulling it out and being able to draw the gun effectively, you could get the strap open and hold it up, and then get inside and draw it. And in a reasonable amount of time and safely. So that was my opinion of this black one.
I kind of had, before we went to the range, I, was thinking this thing is going to be absolutely useless, and I was quite surprised too. Like you said, it does have these stiff dividers. Some of the bigger semi-autos and stuff had a tough time because the depth, it is a smaller purse, did have a tough time, especially the bigger guns and stuff, and the holster systems to hold those did have a lot of weight, and it's, this is more rigid, but it's not very, very rigid, not like your belt, holding a 4-inch pistol up. It was pretty easy to get the strap open, or the flap open. I still don't like this little short strap. It doesn't offer, I don't think it offers a whole lot for, retention on actually retaining the bag to you, which is also a key part of that, because, you need to be able to retain the bag to you, but then be able to retain the gun inside the bag. The smaller, the LCP, the smaller revolvers, the PK380, those size pistols worked pretty well, and had you were able to get a good, nice, safe, good firing grip, nice, safe draw stroke, and be reasonably fast engaging on the target. One thing I did notice was, even with a smaller LCP, this is a small bag. It did take up a lot of room, so it's, there wasn't. you didn't have the room in there for really a whole lot of other stuff.
I thought this was going to be the lost leader, I guess, so to speak, when we started out, but it actually turned out to be the one that was most useful. As far as the short strap, I would go with a longer strap if I had to choose something like this to carry in, but in all reality, the short strap helped me drawing from this purse because it wasn't moving around as much. There wasn't as much movement. I didn't have to look for it. Like Nate and Dad said, the stiffer dividers in here worked well. The taller flap worked well because you had the butt of your firearm sticking up underneath of there. I will say that once again, securing a retention style paddle holster in here was pretty tough. We did have a few of them that could be done if they were, like a leather style like this. I will say the revolvers worked well. The PK380 and LCP, the M&P9 worked okay, and the Taurus worked okay. The Ruger, being that it's got a longer beaver tail, and the full size like the Springfields did not work at all. There's just not enough room in this purse to really do anything with it. So I guess the major problem with this is once you have your firearm in here, it pretty much dominates your entire capacity.
Be a short strap, just shoulder purse with a top flap enclosure. Inside we got a Ruger LCP inside of an Uncle Mike's fabric holster with a belt clip secured to the solid inside panel. Got an extra security. We got a safety pin holding it in there. The holster is nice and secure. The gun is empty. We're going to do some dry practice here just to kind of show the steps of the draw. Get this flap closed. You got your, you're coming out of the grocery store or wherever, gas station or whatever. I'm left-handed. It's on my left side. The threat presents itself. You decide you need to engage. Get a hold of your purse. Open, get the flap open. Grab a hold of the strap. Get a nice, that way you hold the purse nice and secure. Reach in, get a nice firing grip on the pistol. Pull the pistol. And as you pull the pistol, you can come up. Make sure, being mindful not to sweep your hand or anything else, anybody else with you, any small children, anything like that. Now, your hands up here, you let go of your purse, your nice strong two-hand firing grip. Present out to your target and engage. Our same little black short strap purse with a LCP in it. We're going to do some live fire. We got 2 targets set up. We're going to put 2 shots apiece on each target. We'll try and run through this, kind of show you, a decent speed video. So, here we go.
And you're done.
We got this little black nut right here. Actually looks like something that somebody would carry around. The other 2 are a little bit gaudy for my taste, to be honest with you. But what we got here is just short strap over the shoulder purse. Inside, we just have a Blackhawk outside the waistband, clip-on holster, Taurus, or Walther PK380, unloaded. We're going to run through this dry. Some problems I see with this, we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets in this purse. The gun pretty much dominates the main pocket of the purse. It's not very secure in there. There isn't a lot of rigidity. So throughout your day-to-day life, it's probably going to turn around. You're going to have to keep this snapped closed all the time to hold the gun in, because if you turn it upside down, it's going to fall out. Once again, try to get it closed up. We're going to try this. This strap is way too short for me to go around cross body, so we're going to try this here. Once again, we're going to try from the strong side position, and then we're going to try moving it to the appendix position to try and gain a little bit of ease of use. So once again, what you want to do, first thing you want to do is get your purse open, and then you can see I'm holding on to my strap. I'm going to grab onto the lid establish the grip on my gun, draw, and then I'm in the perfect position, although my arm is pretty high and out of the way because the strap is too short. And I can establish my grip and engage my thread, depending upon how many threads I have. So, we reholster. To accomplish the appendix position on this one, if I can get it re-snapped, what you're going to have to do from your standing position, grab onto your strap and pull it forward, open it up, and then your fingers can grab onto the lid, and then come in, establish your grip, remove it from your holster, and then once again your hand is right in the perfect position to establish the grip and drive forward and engage your thread. The problem I see with this one, for me, the strap is too short. If it was down here, it'd be much more comfortable. It's probably going to be a little slow to try and get my grip established, but we're going to run through this live and we'll see how it works. I know we try from the appendix position as close as we can get it with this purse.
Our little black number here, all secured, live. We're all loaded, ready to go, live. Got here this other bag. This is kind of representing kind of a a grocery bag, the typical reusable bag. See a lot of people carry it. What do you do in something like this? You're walking along, you come out of the store, you got all your stuff in this bag, purse in this bag, you engage your threat. Everybody sees in the movies the girl starts beating the guy with the purse. You engage your threat. You've decided you need to draw your pistol. What do you do with this bag? Throw it down. Draw your pistol. Engage your threat.
So, what are we looking for in a bag for off-body carry? I guess is what we're going to try and determine here. So, what are you, out of these three purses, what attributes do you like, what don't you like, and what are you going to be looking for video 3 for when we set up, I guess, our ideal bag for off-body carry?
Well, I mean, the first thing is, I think, something with a long strap.
Right.
It gives you good, something that you can have good retention of the bag, because whether it's carrying in a purse or everybody's seeing, a lot of people, they got backpacks and computer bags and the sling bags and just kind of them, the small little go bags, if you want to call them, they all. And a lot of those do share a lot of that. They have, a long strap to kind of retain it to you better.
I think one of the things is you need to have the inside of this one, which has the cardboard or I'm going to say, some kind of poly material in there that's stiff inside the bag. The size of that one, was okay, but the inside of it was really unusable as far as that goes, and the size isn't tremendous. If it had a longer strap on it and the inside was rigid, I think it would have worked great.
I guess what I learned was, first off, size of the bag really is far less important than construction.
Right.
If I'm going to be looking for something, I like the metal buckles so that it can't be taken away from me. As far as strap length, I think this is probably about the best strap length. I don't want the strap too long. I don't want the strap too short. And then, does it fit my preferred carry firearm? I normally carry a 6-shot steel revolver, so the weight is going to play a big difference in there. And then the clasp. Does the clasp on the flap stay shut? so that if the bag is upset or overturned, is the firearm going to stay secure in there?
Yeah. Is it going to stay secure in the bag itself, and then, like he said, can you securely mount the holster in the bag, or if it's like a designated one of the actual concealed carry bags, what kind of holster system and retention does that have? What style of holster can I mount in there, and what varying levels of retention on the holsters.
And how big of a gun can you carry in that bag too?
Yeah.
I guess we learned that that we're big fans of the paddle holsters. As you can see, there's a lot of them here. We do carry a lot of belt holsters, but these seem to be the least usable inside of a bag. Now, whether you want to choose a bag that you can fit your preferred holster and carry gun, or whether you want to choose a bag that is designed for your carry gun with a holster system already mounted in it, is going to be, I guess, personal preference. The thing is, you need to get the holster secured in the bag if it's not a dedicated carry bag. Otherwise, a dedicated carry bag, you're gonna have to make sure that it fits your
what you
firearm.
want to carry.
Also, the other thing is going to be draw options on your bag. All of these draw from the top, which you'll notice I tried to do some appendix carry style drawing out of these bags. Now, a lot of the bags have the gun in the side, so you're going to have to make sure that you have two hands available to draw to pull that out, so that the bag doesn't swing, or have a short enough strap to keep the bag from
Use
swinging.
the strap, and again, whether you're going to choose a bag and mount a holster, or buy a bag that has a holster or anything, you want to make sure that you can draw it, safely, and that was a big thing with the different strap designs and stuff like that, was being able to knowing how to get your draw stroke so that you could draw the firearm without sweeping you or innocent bystanders or any of that.
I think a lot of it is it's all about what gun you're carrying, how big you are, your hand size. That's all goes back to fit of the gun in your hand, and how you can use it effectively and safely. As far as if you're carrying a firearm with you, it's all about safety anyway. And you need to be able to draw your weapon effectively and safely if you need it, without a lot of monkeying around with the holster inside a bag or off your body some other place.